these shifts come along the way. Yeah, some shifts that, this is why you need a guru, because otherwise all of a sudden you're outside of your mind watching it. You're thinking, what am I, schizophrenic? Here I am out here seeing this, and it can be baffling. Unless you have a guru that says, yeah, it's just witness state. Okay, just showing you you're not the mind. If you're outside, stepped outside and can see the body, or if you're above the trees, the cognition is up there, then obviously the consciousness is not in a body form. It's not the body. That's all.
I just remembered, I don't know if this was answered on the site, Stieg wrote in a question, and he said, could you discuss in the oneness group, they think that witness state is enlightenment. I don't know what was covered. I missed everything yesterday.
Yeah, no, witness state is not realization. It's something that happens along the way. You can be witness to your mind and witness to the actions, and there's a buffer zone between you and that. One doesn't feel like they're their mind or whatever because you're witnessing it. Okay, it's a more expanded state, but it's not realization because they're still cognizant of being something there, or oneness, and that great bliss that happens, and it's love, and you feel this great love for humanity, and you see the godlike form in all of humanity. That's oneness. That's oneness. Because in realization, there is no godlike form in humanity. There's no separation. It's ground of being. It just simply is. Not separation to see all these different objects. No. Something totally different. And one is between night and day, between witness and realization. One is still caught up with the world, got to save the world, one with the world, love with the world, love with all humanity. Love, 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 love. The bliss of oneness and love, Yeah, it's a great place to be. You feel great. It's wonderful. But there's still a seed of suffering in that. There is still a seed of suffering. And even though they're on really one side of the pendulums can still go to the other side. And there are some people I know that were like Karen when she came. She was in that oneness state for 5 years, in that bliss. All of a sudden, the hard lessons came and everything crashed and fell. And that can happen. Okay?
What's the hard lesson in oneness?
Because it crashes and burns eventually. There's the other side of the coin. If you're one with everything, then there can be separation. Then you can go to the other side of the pendulum and feel separation. But when everything falls to realization, then there's nothing to be separate anywhere. It's not combined with something in oneness. It just simply is the ground of being, and that is unchanging. That doesn't go anywhere. There's no coming or going with that whatsoever. It's not a state that comes and goes. It's always, always present.
Would it be categorically said that it would be unlikely for enlightened beings to want to go out and spread this word and get major publicity about this ground of being?
I think that, at first, when everything first falls away and it's all real fresh and everything, until everything really settles, there can be that wanting to really just go out and actively promote and give it out. But as one settles, no, that it falls away. Because what is there to save?
Then it's all spontaneity.
It's a spontaneity, right. Yeah. Because what are you going to promote? There's no one there to promote. No, there's not this great feeling of I've got to go out and rush out and save the world. It doesn't happen in realization. Just in the very beginning, when everything is first fallen away and you're still trying to make sense of, all this stuff. But as it falls and deepens, as things become deeper and deeper and deeper in it, one even loses at that point any wanting to speak. You go into a phase where you more want to be silent, because what is there to say? What can you say? There's nothing you can say that can take somebody to realization. The words are not it. And people want to confuse the words with what it is you're pointing in the direction of. So they get stuck in the words. Okay? It's like that Zen thing, you know. If you watch, there's a great movie, it's so funny, called Zen Noir. The guy's got this orange, and every time the guy asks a question, he bumps him in the forehead with the orange. Yeah, but what about that's not it. What about and no matter what word you give, they're going to be wrong. Because words are duality. And the experience of it has no duality within it. So no matter what you speak, it's going to be wrong.
Just before the tape started, I was asking what would be the purpose to try to verify the unified field and all that scientifically, to try to explain it.
Yeah, it just keeps minds happy. When you go beyond mind, there's no explanation needed. And if you have an explanation for it, you know, that's not it. Again, that's not the experience. So of what value is it? That's all. There's no value in that. Just get there. And then it's very simplistic. You see it for what it is. Okay? Everything is quantum. Mind sends it in this direction. Okay, that's all. Mind is creator, okay? So those that are in New Age stuff and, you know, oneness, they want to continue to be co-creators and in their divinity. Huh? In realization, there's nothing to create. No duality. So what are you going to create out of it? You're not interested in that. For what? So all of that drops, falls away, not of interest. It's not of interest. Did you have something you wanted to say? No? It fell away?
Fell away.
Fell away? Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad it fell away.
The wrong things are falling away.
Everything's falling away? That's good. Let it continue to fall away until there's nothing left to fall.
Yeah.
I have a question on
Mhm.
As you go to a certain point, what happens to the urge or the desire to serve? What happens to the desire to help others, to serve others, to...
Well, there's always that compassion. That's why I said that's why the compassion rises.
Compassion rises.
The compassion rises because when you're out of suffering, you know what it is to be out of suffering, and you see the suffering of humanity. So it's a natural compassion that's there. So if somebody comes, you're willing to give them whatever you can give them to move them out of suffering. But that's not this active, I want to go save the world, because you also have that realization that people have a right to their suffering. They have a right to be where they're at. Okay? You can't change them. They have to want to come toward it. But if they want to come toward it, then there's a natural willingness to give whatever may be given to aid them. But you're not going to go push it down their throats. Okay? Yeah. It's not like you have to have this. You have to, come on the path. You have to. No. Not everyone's ready for it. If they want to be caught up in the world and duality and oneness, let them be there. Not a problem. You know, it's like I went to have breakfast the other day